Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena, for those of you who don't know me, and I am a sophomore at St. Lawrence University, and we are finally in our last week of classes, which I honestly never thought this day would come, but here it is. So this is our last week of classes. It's actually Monday, so I typically have 3 classes, but my French class was canceled today, so I have 2 English classes instead. I still have a French assignment that I need to submit before class would technically begin, but I did it last night and I'm just going to review it before I submit it this morning. Right now it's a little after 8 o'clock and I woke up, I submitted an assignment for my English class which will happen at 9 o'clock, and then I went and got breakfast, did that whole thing, made myself some tea, and now I'm ready to do some more work before my English class at 9 o'clock starts. Today I am wearing this red floral blouse. It's probably from Kohl's or JCPenney, honestly not sure. My sisters got it for me last year. And it has this really cool detailing on the top, which I like, and the sleeves are like a little puffed, which is cute. And then I'm just wearing my typical LLB and black jeans because what else do I wear in my life, ever? I have my English class at 9, which is a literature class, which is focused on Edgar Allan Poe. So I submitted that assignment already, and I'm basically prepared for that class. But then I have my other English class, which is a writing class at 1:30, and I actually have a presentation in that class today. So I've made the PowerPoint presentation for it, but I need to make some notes, so I am a little more prepared. So I'm going to work on that this morning. But before I forget, I'm not going to do an official Vlogmas like vlogging and uploading every day. But in honor of the month of December, I'm going to be uploading 2 times a week. So my plan is to upload still on Wednesdays, which are my normal day, and then Fridays as well. And it'll be a mix of book and college content. In the beginning, it'll probably be a little more college heavy because obviously this is the last week of classes, and then next week is finals week, and then I can finally go home. But yeah, so that's my plan for the month of December and videos. But now I'm going to get to work on my writing assignment. So I made this presentation yesterday, and it's about using techniques in creative nonfiction, and I chose light imagery. But I also took a bunch of notes basically on like what I'm going to be talking about, and then I'm just going to use good old-fashioned note cards to write what I'm going to say. The presentation's not that long, it's supposed to be 10 minutes, and we're just talking about a different technique you can use in creative nonfiction writing, and you had to choose 3 different passages that show 3 different techniques. So that's basically what I'm working on, and hopefully it will go okay. I don't know, we'll see. But the goal today is also to keep my hair down as long as possible because it does look better on Zoom that way, and I want to feel good when I'm giving my presentation, so we'll see if I can avoid putting it up like I usually do, which I definitely do after lunch, so we'll see if I can survive. So it is now 10 o'clock. We got out of that class about 20 minutes early because my English class typically goes from 9 until 10:20, but we got out 20 minutes early because we just had to do breakout rooms, and whenever we were done with our peer reviews, we could just leave, so that was nice. I have that class again on Wednesday, and then I'll be done with that class before I have to submit my final paper. Yeah, for our final, we're doing a research project about Edgar Allan Poe in a critical methodology. So mine is about Poe and post-colonial / race studies, but mostly post-colonial studies. So I don't love Poe, but you know, every once in a while I fall into my love of researching and writing, and I can find the joy in doing it. I usually feel really good after I'm done and I've submitted it. It makes me feel proud, but the writing is kind of awful. So my next class of the day would actually be French, which usually starts at 11, but we don't have French today. It was canceled, so I'm going to do my French homework that's due for Wednesday. I already submitted my French homework that was due today. We just had to put a little post in the forum, and now I'm going to work on my homework for Wednesday, which I can show you. So for our French assignment, we're actually watching this movie, Les Parapluies de Cherbourg, and I have been waiting to watch this movie all semester since I saw it on the syllabus. I've saw this movie in high school for my French class. I actually watched it at least twice, if not 3 times. I adore this movie, and I'm so excited we get to watch it again. So we're watching half of it for Wednesday, and then we need to watching movies so he knows that we actually watched it and didn't just look up a summary. We have to fill out answers to these questions, so it's like direct quotes from the movie. I feel like this might be more difficult with this film because it's in completely sung, and I think that kind of changes the way I hear words, but we'll see. So I'm gonna watch the first 45 minutes of this, and then we'll see how I'm doing for time before I see what else I can do this morning. Worked on my presentation for this afternoon, and I'm a little more stressed about it than I was earlier because I don't know, I'm always so succinct and to the point that it's kind of hard for me to sometimes like really go deep, so forcing myself to elaborate even though I usually don't see the point. But yeah, I'm gonna watch this movie and hopefully I will love it as much as I did the first 2 times. So clearly the hair down game is not working out for me. It is now 11:40. I've watched that movie for quite some time. It is hard to do the work, but partly because they're singing, like I thought it's a little harder to understand, but mostly because I just love the movie so much. I just keep getting caught up in the scenes, and then I forget I'm supposed to be answering questions, so I have to rewind and watch it again, which I don't mind watching again, but then it just keeps pulling me out of the scenes. But enough about that. It's now like 11:40, 11:45 right now, and I'm going to go grab lunch, and then I'm probably going to prepare a little bit more for my presentation. I don't really know how stressed out I should be about it. I mean, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but maybe it is. I don't know. And then I'm going to make a plan for this afternoon because there are some things I need to get done today. So I got my lunch. It was raining outside, which is unfortunate because I really just want it to snow. Like, I just want it to snow so bad, but hopefully it will snow next week, maybe this week. But I'm going to eat my lunch. It's around noon now, and then I'm going to work on my presentation and or make a plan for the afternoon depending on how my timing works out. My hair is either gonna go up in a ponytail or a messy bun or a real bun. I don't know, but like whatever this is not working for me either. I hate bad hair days because I hate having to think about my hair, and that's all it's been like for like the past week. So I'm going to try to fix my hair problem as a person who's not savvy with their hair, and then I will check in with you after. My hair is officially up in a ponytail, and I did a little bit of work, which I think you just saw on my slideshow, and it's all set now. So I think I have about 50 minutes until class starts. So I'm going to work on planning this week and into next week. because most of my finals are actually essays because I am an English and French major, so that just makes sense. So I'm going to try to plan on when I'm supposed to be working on which essays when. And then I'm also going to be looking at what my finals week actually looks like next week, because I know when all the finals are, but I need to figure out like when I actually have time to do studying or writing depending on what the final is. So I'm going to do that. I'm trying to decide if I want tea right now. We'll see. So I attempted to plan to the best of my ability. I ordered what order of finals in, separated them out in kind of like types of finals, and then kind of made a schedule from this Thursday till next Friday. I move out on Saturday afternoon, I think, when I'm done with all of my CA duties. But I always forget, you can't plan everything. Like, I can try my best to say, like, yes, I'm taking my accounting final on Monday, but, like, I don't know how much I'll need to study for econ, and it's hard to determine, like, is finishing my Poe essay going to take like an hour because I've already written most of it on the weekend, or like what is going to be like that. So as much as I wish I could plan absolutely everything, the unfortunate fact of the matter is that I can't. So I plan to the best of my ability. I'm now going to get my note cards for my presentation, practice my presentation. I decided against the cup of tea because I don't want to be distracted during class. I think I'll fold up my drying rack, and then probably by then class will be ready to go. My plan right after class is I usually will try to work out right after creative nonfiction. And then after that, maybe homework, hopefully. But I will check in with you after my creative nonfiction writing class and hopefully tell you that my presentation went great. So I just finished up with my presentation. We're taking a 3-minute break before we continue the rest of the class presentations. It went fine. It always feels like my peers are here, and it's not like I'm above or below them. I'm just like way out, nowhere near them. I just like feel like we're always on a different path or wavelength. But I think my presentation went fine. So class just got finished up. It's a little bit after 3. I changed into some workout clothes. I'm going to do a workout. What I really want to do right now is take a nap, but I'm not going to because I just know I'll sleep the rest of the afternoon, and that will be a mistake. So I'm going to do a workout and then figure out what I'm going to do this afternoon, because it just gets so dark so early now. It's so gloomy today. Just not fun, but going to work out in the meantime. So it is now 4:15. I finished up with my workout, and I have a couple things to do tonight, but not too much. So I think I'm going to read for 30 minutes because I usually have an issue with working out and then going straight to doing schoolwork, so I might as well use it to read and have some tea. The book I am currently reading is Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes, and I just made myself some tea as well. I have mixed feelings. I hated it in the beginning. It's starting to grow on me a little bit. I don't know if I'll love it, but I do really want to finish it because I really haven't read that many books this month, and it's making me sad. So, going to read this. I'm on page 212, and there's like 380 in here, so I should be able to finish this today, I think. So I finished reading, and now it's almost 5 o'clock. I was just looking at St. Lawrence's library webpage trying to figure out if I should check out more books. I have a lot of books I haven't read, but I kind of just want to check out books while I still can, because there's some books that St. Lawrence has and that my library at home doesn't have, and I kind of want to read those before I go home. So I might go to the library tomorrow. We'll see what happens with that. But the unfortunate fact of the matter is I probably should do some homework, because if I'm so tired now, like, this means I should probably be going to bed at a reasonable hour. So I will show you what I have to work on. This is the to-do list that I made this morning. So I already watched some of Parapluie de Cherbourg. I do this at night, obviously filming a vlog right now. So the priorities are honestly updating my creative nonfiction journal. This is the bane of my existence. I hate that journal with a burning passion. I don't know if it's my fault for setting it up the way I did or what, but like, it just, I can't do it. It's the worst. So I just worked on my journal for a little under an hour, which I did not expect myself to be nearly as productive as I was. I finished 2 journal entries, which may not sound like a lot, but because I hate myself, what I do is I write up the journal entry and then I type it up afterwards. So yes, I do torture myself, but it's because that's how I started it out at the beginning of the semester. Now I just can't bring myself to change the way I do it. So here we are. So I'm going to stop for now. I'm going to head out and get supper in about 15 minutes or so. So I'm going to decide what my plans are for after supper. But the good news is I can check this off. So the only thing that I need to do or like attempt to do tonight is maybe a paragraph or 2 for my rough draft. Hopefully I have the brain capacity to do that, but we'll see. So I'm going to head to supper soon, and then I will check back in with you later.